What's up, everyone? Welcome to the next section. So, in this section, we will be working with our very first relation, which will be our one-to-one relation, right? But before going on, I would add an extra point regarding bookmarks, which I have missed in my previous video, right? So, if you guys remember that in previous video, we have discussed this bookmarks, which is just, I would say, a filter, an additional filter, right, by which you can, use extra filters on your data, and then you can save those pages so that later on you can come and see those filters in different pages and can easily interact with the data, right? But I missed one point, which was that in bookmarks you can also use different types of layout as well, right? And here you can see that the completed to do section is giving me error because that field which was is completed, we have deleted that field. Right now it's complaining, right? So let's delete this bookmark. You can also delete it from over here. So let's say delete my personal bookmark and let's delete this thing. And now let's create, I would say, two bookmarks, which will be, I would say, related to one is for Kanban and one is for cards, right? So let's create those, I would say, bookmarks. So for now, creating a bookmark, what you have to do is to just come to layout options, click on this Kanban, and right now you can see that it is already in my Kanban approach in which I can, drag and drop these to-dos into different statuses, right? So what I can do is I can just create a bookmark for this, and let's call it as Kanban, right? Not a good name, but this will work for now. And for icon, let's say this should work fine. And for color, let's go with this one, right? And let's save this thing, right? And now you can see that our Kanban to-dos is created right over here, which will be all this layout, right? Now let's go back to to-dos and let's change the layout to cards. And this is our cards layout, right? Which is looking, I would say, not that much of a good, but it's fine for now. So let's save this layout as well, right? So let's go to bookmarks and let's say this is my cards to-dos, right? And let's save this into a different color. Let's go with blue this time, right? And let's save this, right? So this is our card to-dos and this is our Kanban to-dos. Both have been saved, right? So if you go to card, this is our cards and this is our Kanban, which is working way fine, right? Now let's go back to to-dos and let's, fall back this one to our stable layout and this is good to go, right? Now the good part is that whenever you go into another section and come back to your content, you can easily switch between your main to-dos, which is your tabular, I would say, layout, and then you can switch between your cards layout and Kanban based layout as well, right? So this is what I forgot to explain you in the previous section. So this is one way of utilizing your layouts as well for the bookmark section, right? So now let's keep things simple. Let's leave it as it is, and now let's go to our one-to-one relation, right? And we will discuss that how we could create a one-to-one relation in Directus, right? So let's go to Directus. This is our diagram which we will be creating today. So this is where I would say the fun part to start, right? Where you can go and I would say map your schema or your database relations in your Directus instance, right? So we are having a scenario which is simple. We are having one employee and a session, right? So each employee can and only have a single session in your, I would say, SaaS application or web application, right? And the reason I'm keeping this as a one-to-one relation is because each employee can only have one session at a time, right? So let's say you're having a banking application, and I would say in banking applications, it's always common that you can only have a single session while interacting with your, I would say, banking application, right? So let's say this is your employee and he can create only one session, right? Now, here you might be confused that we can also keep the session data in this one single table of employee, right? Yes, we can do that, but it's a good practice to separate, I would say, these two, because these two are related to different business use cases, right? And that is one, I would say, reason I'm separating these tables. The second reason is that I also need to track when the session was created, when the session was updated, who created the session, and who will be deleting that session. So for that, I also need to keep the session in the separate table, right? Because we all know that when the session will be in the separate table, so it will be having its separate system fields, right? By which I could track that when the session was created, updated, and deleted, right? So that's the reason I'm separating it into a different table, and we are keeping a relation of one-to-one between these two, which is employee and session, right? Now, for employee and session, for creating this one-to-one relation, what you have to do is to opt for many-to-one relation in Directus, and it's a I would say, rule of thumb that you always keep your foreign key on the many side, right? And in this case, our many side will be our, this employee side. We will be keeping a foreign key, which will be referencing back to this session statement, right? This is how we will be keeping things, right? So let's jump into Directus and let's map this thing into Directus instance, right? And make sure just one thing I need to add over here is that you always have to keep that foreign key as unique, right? Because it's a one-to-one relation. We cannot have multiple foreign keys of, I would say, same number pointing to the same session, right? In that case, it will be many to one, right? But in this case, we want one to one. So one to one, it will be almost like a many to one relation, but it will be having unique foreign keys, right? That's how we normally map a one to one relation, right? Again, these are just concepts from, I would say, database management systems, but yeah, just I would say quick revision, right? So let's jump back to directors and let's get back to data model. And now let's create our very first collection. Let's name it as employee, ELOY, double these employees. Let's keep our ID as generated UUID. Let's go next step. And I will click all the default fields. I don't need sorting for now. So I'm good to go. Let's click on K. And now here I can create some, I would say, fields. So let's see what fields we're having. We're having first name, last name, role, and then we're having a session format, right? So let's go with first name. Let's call it as first underscore name. And it is required. So I will go with enter first name as my placeholder, right? Let's save this thing. And now let's create another field. Let's call it as last underscore name. This is also enter last name. We're good to go. Let's save this thing. Let's moving on. Let's create another one. Let's call it as role. Or I think I should opt for a different one. I can go for maybe a different option. So let's click for drop down and let's see, this is our role. And this is also required. And we will be having different options as well for this role drop down, right? Add some choices over here. So let's say we are having some roles like, let's say our admin role. Let's keep the value same as text. And for this, let's see if I'm having any user icon. Let's go with this one. Not a good one, but it will work fine for now. Okay, and let's get the purple color and let's save this thing. And let's say we are having another role. And for this, let's say this is our super admin, right? Super and admin. Let's copy this and save it over here. And I guess we are good to go. Let's create icon for this as well. Let's select this one and let's go with a different color. So this is, I would say, pink color, and let's save it all. So we are good to go for our drop down. So let's, I would say I'm good with the others. Just I need to give any. Okay, no, I'm good. I'm good here. So let's save this thing. And now we are having first name, last name, and row, right? And this is what we have mapped so far, right? And now let's go and create our sessions table, right? So we are good with the employees. So let's first check how employee looks like. So I can come over here and let's go to our employees, which looks something like this, right? And let's create our item. Let's call it first name. Let's say it's Afaq and it's Javed, and let's select some roles. So he is super admin, right? Let's save this thing and let's go with another one. So let's say John and the famous John Doe name, and let's say he is our admin, right? So let's save this thing and we are having two employees right over here, right? Perfect. So now let's move on and let's go into our data model side of things and let's create our second, I would say, collection, which is this session thing, right? So let's go over here and let's name it as sessions. Let's keep the ID as UUID. Go next, let's create all the system fields and okay, right? Perfect. Now we will be having one token and expires it, right? So let's go with the token thing. So let's create a field and let's call our text area for our token. And it will be of type text and it is required while creation, and let's keep the placeholder as enter token, right? Perfect. So let's save this thing and let's create another field, and that is our expires it. So let's go to create field and let's check this one, which is our date and time, right? And we will call it as expires underscore date, right? And I think I'm good to go with the default format. So use 24-hour format. Yeah, we will be using 24 one. And the rest of the options are, I think, good to go. So let's save this thing as well. And perfect, right? Now let's check out our sessions in our content section. So let's go into sessions. Let's create a section, right? So let's say this is our token. This is our very, I would say, secured token, right? Very, very secure token. And in expires at, let's choose that this will be expired at, let's say, 30th of August at 12 o'clock and set to, and I think we're good to go, right? So double click on this and we're good to go. And August 30th, 2025 at 12 o'clock, this session will be expired, right? So let's save this thing and it's working way good. Okay. So let me just make it a little bigger over here. Let's bring the token first, right? Perfect, right? Now everything is working fine. Let's go and build our relation, right? So our relation is that we will be keeping our foreign key in our employees collection, which is this session, which will be acting as a foreign key pointing to this sessions table, right? Now let's go into our this collection where we have created our employees and session, right? So let's go back to our data model. And since we will be creating our this foreign key in our employees table, so let's go into employees collection, right? So let's click on employees and let's go create field and let's search for many to one. Okay, so this is the one we will be targeting, right? Let's click on this and since this is an employees table, here it is asking you that what foreign key column name you want to provide, right? So I will go with the, let's say, since it's employees, so I will go as session as the column name, right? And then I need that this must be required while on creation. No, it's not necessary that we make this as required, right? And then it is asking you that what collection you want to point to, right? So since we are creating this as session, so I will point this back to our sessions table right over here, right? And then we need to create a display template. So for display, I just need to provide the token for the display template. And moving on, let's scroll down. And I think the default one is good to go. But before saving this field, I want to just make sure that everything is right. So what I normally do is that I go to this section which is saying that continue in advanced field creation mode. So just click on this and here you will get a lot more options related to that relation, right? So if you come into this part, relationship, here you can see that this collection, which is this employees, will be having a session, I would say column or a foreign key, which will be pointing back to the sessions collection of ID, right? So it will be pointing to the IDs of session collection, right? And this is what we need to do, right? And just make sure that before saving this, you come into the schema section and just click on this unique thing because we really want to make the relation as unique, right? So let's click on this and let's save. Okay, perfect. So we have created our very first relation in our, this Directus instance between employees and sessions, right? So let's go and check that out, that how it's working, right? So now if you come into this content section and you go into this employees, now you will be having this one session relation, which is automatically being mapped, right? Now let's click on this and here you can go into the session section and here you can map this back to the session you want to map it, right? So let's map this to this session. Let's save it and let's save this, right? Perfect, it's working fine. And now if let's say this Afaq Javed is having this session right over here, which is this ID thing right over here, and I don't want to, display ID right over here, right? Rather, I want to change it to something different by which I could recognize that what session I'm mapping it with, right? So let's go back. We can change the settings by going into our settings section, data model, and going back into the employees and just select this field, and let's go into this interface thing, not interface but rather in display section, and here inside this related values you have to click this thing and provide a display template, right? So I will be going with the token right over here. Okay, so let's save this thing and you are good to go. Now let's go into the content section, and right over you can see that you are now being displayed with the token right over here, rather with the ID of that record, right? So now what we can do is we can come onto our second record and we will select on this, and then we need to provide this as well, and let's save this thing. So now what do you think, will this allow me to save this thing with the same session or not? So let's save this thing. And now if you save this thing, it will start complaining, right? And the reason it will complain you is because in one-to-one relation, there is one condition that a session can only belong to a single user, right? So now here you can see that since we have already assigned a session to a Fark Javed user, it is now complaining you that John Doe is your second user and you are going to assign that session to another user, which is John Doe. So it is not allowed, right? That's the reason it is saying that session value must have to be unique, right? And that is why I went with that unique option. Okay, so hope you got the point. So let's go back and let's discard our changes and we are good to go for now, right? And that is how simple to create a, I would say, one-to-one relation in Directus, right? And the good part, is that you can map any field you want. So let's say if I want the expiry of our session, so I can just click over here, come to our session, and inside this, I can, select this expires at, which will show me that when the session will be expired, right? So let me make it a little bigger over here. And let's say then I want to know that when the session was created, so I can go into our add field and then I can select this session and then let's click on date created. And this will give me that when the session was created right over here. Okay. So this is how you can easily create a one-to-one relation in Directus without, I would say, writing code, right? So a few clicks and some text and you're good to go. Right. So I think, yeah, that's it from this video. And in the next video, we'll be jumping straight into our second, I would say, relation, which is one to many and many to one, right? So see you in the next section.